ASP.NET Web applications automatically handle requests from web users, sending the user to the appropriate page or showing an error if the page does not exist. By using an HTTP handler, you can take control of this functionality. In this lesson, you will use an HTTP handler to redirect the user to different pages according to their request. To begin, open the Forest Walks project from your sample files folder. Now you're going to add a new HTTP handler. To do this, right-click on Forest Walks in the Solution Explorer and click Add, New Item, then click Web in the left-hand pane if it isn't selected already, then scroll down in the central pane and click ASP.NET Handler. In the name box, enter walkhandler.cs and click Add. Your new HTTP handler is created and opened. An HTTP handler is simply a class that implements the iHTTP handler interface. You learned about implementing interfaces in Lesson 5.6. Expand the iHTTP handler members region now by clicking the plus icon. You learned about the region directive in Lesson 6.1. The isReusable property and process request method are required by the iHTTP handler interface. Add the following code to the process request method. String requested page equals context.request.url.segments2.toLower. The context.request object is the same type of object as the page.request object. The page.request object is covered in Session 3 of the Essential Skills course. The context object in the process request method is an HTTP context object. This is the bridge connecting your HTTP handler with the rest of your ASP.NET application. Whenever your HTTP handler handles a request from a web user, the details of the request will be made available in the context.request object. The context.response object can then be used to control the response that is sent back to the user by the HTTP handler. The URL property contains the web address that was requested by the user. For example, www.aspnetcentral.com/lessons/httphandlers.aspx. The URL.segments property allows you to access the different parts of this request. For example, URL.segments0 would contain www.aspnetcentral.com. URL segments 1 would contain lessons, and URL segments 2 would contain httphandlers.aspx. By using the toLower method, you are converting the user's request into lowercase. This will allow the HTTP handler to work regardless of whether the user uses capital letters or not. Now add the following code on the next line. If requested page equals Dreamfalls, context.response.redirect // dreamfalls.aspx. Else if requested page equals Winter Mountain context.response.redirect / Winter Mountain.aspx. Else if requested page equals Sunbeam Hill context.response.redirect / sunbeamhill.aspx. Else context.response.redirect / default.aspx. In the next lesson, you are going to apply your HTTP handler to the walks folder. Even though there are no real pages in the walks folder, this code will allow users to navigate to any of the following addresses: /walks/dreamfalls, /walks/winter mountain, and /walks/sunbeam hill. The user will be appropriately redirected based on the page that they requested. If the user does not request one of these addresses, they will be sent to default.aspx. Before this handler will be functional, you will need to configure your project to use it for any requests for pages in the walks folder. You will do this in the next lesson. That's lesson 8.6. Close Visual Studio now, saving your changes if prompted. You've now completed lesson 8.5. Create an HTTP handler.